We're back on HytaleInfo, and we're gonna see what people are talking about recently on Hytale, on Reddit, on the internet, because I've been really busy this week. So this is really close to my finals week, and I was gonna make a bigger video today, but you know what? I didn't have time, so let's just browse some Reddit posts, and I'll talk about some of them and see what they're like. So do you think Hypixel will add their own adventure maps to Hytale? To put it simply, if you didn't know already, Hypixel first rose to fame through some of their adventure maps like Herobrine's Mansion, Wrath of the Fallen, Wither's Challenge, and Herobrine's Return. They had to discontinue them due to Mojang's increasingly intensive addition and changing of redstone and command block mechanics, and considering how long they took, they couldn't keep updating everything every time. But now they have their own model encoding and building system to fit their needs and the community's needs, so with Hytale it will be much easier to continue something like that. What do you think? Will they add some of their own adventure maps to Hytale just for fun, or will I have to suffer through 50 to 100 hours of reforming them? That's a good question. Would Hypixel want to bring his old maps to Hytale for people to play, or would he want to leave them behind and start on some new things for people to enjoy? Because if he doesn't bring his old maps in, then of course he could work on new stuff, but there are going to be lots of people who will be upset about that and want to bring the maps themselves. So I feel like he might do it just so that other people won't have to worry about doing it manually and trying to get it to work. I agree with this top comment. I think it's more likely they'll add new adventure maps to the servers rather than updating the old ones. It doesn't seem logical since they created the entire game already, along with the story they want to tell in the base game. That is true, though I do think that they're going to make some new maps, probably on the official Hytale server once it comes out on there, or the Hypixel server once it releases on Hytale. Hytale could potentially be a good thing for Minecraft. Now this is something I'm going to talk about pretty soon in a video I'm doing a lot more detail on, but let's take a look at this post anyway. Minecraft hasn't really had any games to compete with since it was first released. There have been a few clones, but they have never come close to achieving its level of success. There are a ton of survival games out there that have a few similarities to Minecraft, but they're sort of different enough not to take away from Minecraft's player base. I feel like Hytale is the first game that's truly comparable and so can compete with it, which might light a fire under Mojang and put more work into the game. I'm not looking for Hytale to kill Minecraft. I hope both games succeed and can coexist. I actually never read this post before, but this is very similar material to what I'm going to talk about in my video coming out soon, probably next Wednesday. I'll see it. I'm working really hard on it, so we're going to see how it goes. But I have not been copying this post. It was just an idea I had, so if it seems similar, that's why. Mojang has almost 10 years of doing anything effectively. Oh, dude, absolutely savage. While Hytale's about 3 years of intensive work, Mojang would have to hurry up production and also undo 10 years of spaghetti code. That is kind of true. Minecraft was written slowly over the course of a long period of time. There's lots of things and quirks in the code going on in their Java, and it would be quite difficult for them to fix, whereas Hytale has the advantage of being completely understood by the company, made in a shorter period of time, and they know the inner workings of it. I do hope that they compete with each other and help each other to grow, though, and that'll be good for everyone. Blue Knight by Dylan Woodard. Kono Dioda! Hey, that actually looks pretty good. Is this for some, is this for an art festival? Blue Knight, printed digital art, Dylan Woodard. You know what? I quite like this. You put it in a whole frame and everything. It looks like it's for some sort of show, probably for beta convention or something like that. And that's the first thing I think of when I see this. I think it looks pretty nice, though. I like it. Good job. Never mind, apparently someone at his community college made the artwork, and it was in the library's gallery. It's not actually by this guy, Shifty Sky. It's made by Dylan Woodard. The thing I'm most excited for in Hytale. I hope we will finally see Hypixel EU servers. For F's sake, I want to play Mega Walls without 200 millisecond ping. Okay, so apparently this guy has played a lot of Mega Walls. Same with that guy replying to it, someone else who mains Mega Walls. I still don't feel like I play it that much. I've got 4.5 years experience in Minecraft Mega Walls. Do people really play these Minecraft minigames on Hypixel and stuff and care about their progression? I thought people just play it to mess around with friends. I didn't know people actually try to get to the leaderboards and stuff like that. I thought they just happened to get the leaderboard because they just played a ton. That's the more you know. Some people try to get to the top ranks in the strangest of things. Got inspired to make my own fan art. Enjoy. This art makes me feel very uncomfortable, but also somewhat aroused. Which zone are you most excited to explore and why? I quite like these types of posts because they let me talk a little bit about the game and what I'm excited for, and it looks like a lot of people have been responding to it, so let's take a look at what people say here. Okay, so the whole thing is just posts by random people. Zone 3, a good wintry biome that's more than just snow and has a northern feel. Zone 4, those caves will be what I want to see. Zone 4, Zone 3, those oceans are looking incredible, though it's not technically a zone. Zone 1's forest, Zone 2's canyons look epic. Zone 3, Zone 5, it's unannounced, so it's going to be interesting. You know what? That is true. Zone 5 and 6, I guess I would say. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Zones 5 and 6, I think, because those are completely unknown. We don't know anything about them, which means everything about them will be new to us and fun to learn about. But that sounds a bit cheaty, so out of the 4 zones we have right now, which is the Emerald Grove, we have the Howling Sands, Borea, and the Devastated Lands, I will have to say Borea. I really like water and I like ice. Those are my 2 favorite types of elements. And Borea just seems like a nice zone with many different distinct things to it. There are villages to explore. It's a nice sort of lonely, snowy area like the Canadian wilderness. It has polar bears and ice caps and glaciers and all sorts of things that would be fun to take a look at and explore, especially underground where they have mines and lava and all sorts of stuff. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to skim over this next one for now, but it's just a guy talking about how he really loves the subreddit logo, which is sort of a Quebec-looking robot, which I do think it's quite cute too. But we can go ahead and move on to how many auras do you think there will be in Hytale? You can see some auras in the trailer, but I'm waiting for a blog post. What do you guys think? I think there will be a good amount of auras in this game. There have already been several shown off, including I think copper, iron, thorium, and cobalt. I think those were the 4 that were shown off before, and that means that there's already more than were in Minecraft. Minecraft really only has 1 real ore, to be honest, so that's not saying much. Iron is the only thing in Minecraft you can use to craft armor and tools, other than like, I guess diamonds could be called an ore, and there's like things like lapis and stuff, but like metallic ores, iron is the only one in Minecraft, whereas there's already 4 shown off in Hytale. And there's more shown off in Hytale in various pictures and blog posts and stuff without giving a name for them. So I think there's going to be a good number, at least 10 different auras, probably more. I'm kind of hoping for something like, you know, Tinkerer's Construct in Minecraft. Or, yeah, it's a mod in Minecraft, where you have these different tools and different weapons and different combinations of ores and metals, and they have different effects on them, but none is inherently the best out of all of them. So you can kind of personalize, make your own tool, and make it really good and make it your own, and upgrade it over time, without having to worry about having to make everything out of diamonds like in base Minecraft, because that's clearly the only good thing to do. Another thing I'm worried about is how progression will go in terms of auras, because I'm hoping that they won't make it so that only later zones, like Zone 3, 4, have the best auras, and Zone 1 and 2 don't have as good auras and stuff like that. I hope they don't do that, because I think the whole points of these types of games is to be able to carve out your own little part of the world and make yourself your own home, your own base, wherever you want to build it. So if you have to constantly be moving because you don't have the best ores in your location, I think that would take away from that. But it is good if they have better ores deeper underground. That should be fine because you can get that in whatever zone you're in. Next is just a blog post update, which I don't really care too much about since I already go over those. What do you think about invasions? I would like to see invasions like in Terraria, e.g. the Goblin Army. I suggest attackers would kill animals and players and break doors if they are in the way, and if they kill you, they might also steal some of your loot. I'm not sure about them breaking blocks or stealing chests because that would be annoying. What do you think? Thoughts? Well, I agree with some of the comments in that I think it could be a good idea if they implement it correctly. People talk about like a grudge system and things like that in the replies down here. Like this guy mentions how you should have something where if you attack a race, it would bring disfavor towards you, and the more disfavor, the more they'd attack you. I don't know exactly how they should implement it, but I think something like this would be nice. It would give you an incentive to build bases in different areas and to actually try and defend them from attacks and things like that. However, if they don't have it in the game by default, anything can be modded in. Hytale is very, very moddable, so hopefully people are able to do these types of things themselves anyway, kind of like Minecraft mod packs. We'll see how it goes though. People did not mention this yet, but it seems like we have a universal Mozzie block system. Now, the interesting thing is I did notice this before, and I think I mentioned it in at least one video in the past. Though I did say I don't know if this is just randomization that happens on blocks, like some blocks will randomly have moss on it, or you could pick up blocks with moss on it, or if the moss itself is a separate block. And it shows some more examples to the right here in this little post with the chicken and the carrots. And yeah, you can see some moss on the wood, on the logs, but at the same time it's on the stone and the slabs. And as people mentioned down here, you can see it's able to be placed on vertical slabs really awkwardly. I'm sure it's an example of work in progress, and he has a link for it. Okay, the link doesn't work, but it could also be a moss block, this guy says. Would be a more efficient solution, but would be a shame if we couldn't place other things on top of Mozzie blocks because of that. And I'm thinking it's most likely a moss block just because it would add to the customization of the game. You can make your bases seem more ancient or more naturally by adding moss on top. I think it would be much more convenient if you could do it that way, so that's the most likely solution. What I really want to see is some gameplay. Look, man, look me in the eyes. You're not alone, man. Everyone wants some gameplay. We'll get it when it comes, though. Don't rush them. Do you think there should be a mechanic similar to redstone in Hytale? As someone who enjoys farms and automation, I would definitely be in favor of a redstone-like mechanic, but would it really work in Hytale? Would it fit with the lore of the game? Please share opinions. Okay, so the first reply says they'd like to see automation. While most automation could be added by mods, the basic system should be in the game. For redstone, it would be ideal if they went straight to something like the Super Circuit Maker mod, skipping past vanilla redstone. Super Circuit felt like it would go better in Hytale than Minecraft. I'm sure there will be mods to add things like redstone, which is why I think there will be something somewhat like that, at least in the base game. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense. It would put them behind Minecraft in certain ways. I think people want these technical things like redstone because it's a whole subgenre. Like, there are YouTubers based completely around making redstone constructions in Minecraft, and those are some of the most popular YouTubers in certain cases, so it's a whole category of people who enjoy that type of thing. It's the same reason why people play games like Factorial or Satisfactory. People like to take these simple wires and simple creations with electricity and automation and make giant builds off of it and slowly improve and build their own factories. And I think there needs to be something like that in Hytale. One thing I did notice is in the Hytale reveal trailer, there are wires going around the film set that they had shown at the very end when they were showing how to make short movies in Hytale. There are wires going around, they're hooked up to a computer, they had some different boxes that whenever they were touched, they activated certain things. So I think that there will be something similar to redstone. I don't think it'll be called redstone, of course. There could just be wiring and cables and things like that, and electricity and a whole electric system and things like that. So I'm sure there will be something similar, and I'm sure the technical-based people will enjoy it a lot. Hytale 4K underground wallpaper. It looks alright, I'll say. It looks alright. I mean, really it's just several images from Hytale blog posts and trailers and stuff stitched together, which I could easily make this myself. Like, I know how to make this, so it would be no problem, but it's still nice to see people make their own art, regardless of the quality, and I think it looks pretty good anyway. I don't think it's bad quality. Anyone who enjoys Hytale and doesn't know how to make their own wallpaper could use this very well, I think. Yeah, it looks good. Speaking of fan art, here is some crappy fan art, in the words of its creator, Flying Bus. Hey man, hey, no judge here, no judge. I think it looks amazing, absolutely fantastic. I mean, just look at that luscious fur on that saber-toothed tiger, at least I think. And look at that brave adventurer with his powerful spear, and strong one arm with one lank, weak arm. And look at the amazing leaves on the trees. They have so much variation and they're so interesting. I mean, I agree with this guy. That's amazing. Hope this gets featured on the next fan art blog. What a fantastic fan art. Top tier. Cursed game. Learn how to bring #Hytales, NPCs, and creatures to life using behavior systems, screenshots, videos, and more, including sound effects. I feel like Thomas is staring deep into my soul right now. Memes rule. You got that right, dude. Long suggestion. 34 upvotes. Meme. 214 upvotes. Suggestion. Am I a joke to you? Yeah, kind of, actually. More a joke than the memes, at least, based on the quality of both of them. But seriously, though, I think memes are a great thing for something like Hytale, because they don't actually hype people up for the game in terms of wanting more stuff for it. Like, I think the problem with these suggestion posts is that they're still working on the game, they're still adding stuff, we don't know all that's in the game, and so to tell them what to add, like they haven't thought of it, is kind of a silly thing. Plus, they are looking for people to respond to them and give them suggestions. However, you can just send it to them directly. You don't have to post them to Reddit if you have a suggestion or a post like that. So there's really no point in talking about it here. But memes are a good way to keep subreddits active and keep hype up while not keeping expectations too high. So I do like them both, but I understand why memes get way more upvotes. 2 more to go, and we have here we go again. Okay, this is from the Zone 3 blog post. Oh man, that's a Yeti. Oh, here we go again. This one's a pretty good meme. I like the. You know what? I was gonna do a meme like this, but I feel like it's already taken at this point, so I can't really do it anymore. But not with this specific scene. Like, there are some other scenes of Hytale where you could throw CJ in and be like, oh, here we go again. Finally, we have Go Crazy, which I assume involves these guys, which are Fen Stalkers, if you don't know, going crazy. So let's hit a play on this.
Go crazy! Go crazy!
And that's all for r/HytaleInfo this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this a little bit. And if you're interested in more Hytale-based content, be sure to subscribe since it's really hard to grow on YouTube these days. I know this is rather silly, but I like looking at Reddit posts sometimes. It's something I love doing, and what I do for YouTube is what I love doing. So yeah, that's basically all. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all on the next adventure.